Excuse me, I'm back. I have to be a bit quiet because it's like nearly midnight and I don't know if I should really be filming, but I am anyway. I've decided to sort of list off like my favourite artists and bands and sort of explain how I got into these bands, and it will be in no particular order, okay? So, I mean, this is basically the start. Most of these are like normal ways to get into bands and stuff. I'm saving 3, like the best for last, which are like the kind of unique ways I've got into those 3 artists / bands. Some of them I think are some of them are controversial. Like some members or artists might be controversial. I don't know. Quite definitely one of them or 2 of them. But we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that as it goes. First of all, One Direction. Now, as a child and now, I love One Direction. Somewhere around here. I'm not going to bother to find it, but I have a pillow of Niall because he was my favourite. I loved Niall. But how I got into One Direction, I honestly can't remember because I think I was with them for basically their debut, but I was a toddler in their debut. They had some sort of chokehold on any girl of my generation, and maybe some of like the younger millennials. But like me, they just, I don't know what happened. I just started liking One Direction, and then Liam Payne. I can't even. Like sometimes, side rant, sometimes I forget Liam Payne died, and then I cry about it. I cry that Liam Payne's dead. Because what do you mean Liam Payne's dead? He can't be dead. I was still in denial. I was still on the first stage, and that was like over 6 months ago. Number 2. Like I said, this is no particular order. Is Pierce the Veil. So I got into Pierce the Veil. Most of these I got into over lockdown, to be fair. Pierce the Veil I got into lockdown, not because of TikTok, but it was because I listened to Panic at the Disco. And I guess because they're both technically pop punk, it recommended me on the music app that I use. So, and it wasn't even King for a Day that it recommended me. If I remember rightly, I think it was Circles. I loved Circles. My favourite one now, I think, though, is like Hold On Till May. It's one of my favourites, one of my top favourites. Next, Ashnikko. I heard her on the radio. I think it was Daisy was the thing on the radio, because I think it was popular on TikTok at the time, but I didn't use TikTok as excessively then as I do now. I keep looking at myself. I'm supposed to be looking over here, I believe. I don't know where the camera is. The camera's here. Hello, camera. Sleeping with Sirens. Sleeping with Sirens I got into because of Pierce the Veil, and that was because of King for a Day. But my favourite Sleeping with Sirens song is If You Can't Hang. That's a good one. That's a good one, that's a good one. Also, my eyes look like really heavy. Like, I'm trying to make them less heavy because I don't want to look like I'm tired. But, you know, like, these are like probably one of my most recent Stray Kids. And I can't remember how I got into them. And I think it was a while ago. Like a while ago. Not that long ago. I was quite sentient. But I think I saw like a video on my YouTube of like, because I listened to Big Bang before. So I was like, my YouTube was like, oh, she likes K-pop. Which at the time, actually, I didn't like K-pop. I only liked Big Bang, and I don't know why I didn't like any other K-pop. I mean, even now I only listen to 2, and that's just Big Bang and Stray Kids. But like, I was like a proper K-pop hater when I was younger. As if I wasn't listening to Big Bang. I don't understand. I really don't understand. I think what converted me was Stray Kids. And my bias is Felix. I know that's kind of like a basic option, but Felix, he resonates with me. His personality matches mine, I guess. That makes me sound weird. You know, like when you're a fan of someone because they're the way they are. That's me with Felix. Like, his personality is chaotic, but also, like, he's an icon. My queen, Felix. But yeah, I don't remember how I got into Stray Kids. I think it was a video, and also stuff coming up on my Pinterest. I think it was a Felix video, like, something about Felix being chaotic. That's what got me into Stray Kids. And that's why Felix is my bias as well, because he got me into Stray Kids, but also his personality is similar to mine. You know, also, speaking of K-pop, I thought I was going to be so nonchalant about K-pop and act like, oh, I'm not like a fan. Stray Kids comes along. That's all I talk about. That is literally all I talk about. Like, yes, I do, like, fixate on certain things. But Stray Kids has me in a chokehold, man. What's next? Fall Out Boy. My mum listened to that. My mum listened to Fall Out Boy. But she introduced us to Fall Out Boy after we watched Big Hero 6. Because, you know, they had in the montage, Fall Out Boy. My Chemical Romance, I think that was the same as Pierce the Veil, so it came off of my recommended, and yes, it was Black Parade. But everyone heard, no, I think my first song that I knew was I'm Not Okay. I think that was my first one. Oh my god, why am I doing this all of a sudden? Like, we don't do that anymore. We don't do that anymore. Oh, honourable mention. That guy here. Måneskin. I think that's how you say it. I got into, so I've liked Formula 1 for so long, and I found out Charles Leclerc likes Måneskin, so I was like, if Charles Leclerc likes Måneskin, then I've got to like Måneskin. So I kind of listened to it because of that. But I don't understand why. Because Charles Leclerc is like, he's not even in my top 3 favourite drivers, but you know, Arctic Monkeys. So I began liking Arctic Monkeys because I saw a video of the guy that one of the songs was inspired by, and he was reading out the poem. I think it's I Wanna Be Yours, like the poem that I Wanna Be Yours was inspired by, and he was reading that out. So I thought Alex Turner was this old guy. I honestly thought Alex Turner was this old guy who reads out poems. And then it turns out Alex Turner was not this old guy who reads out poems. Alex Turner is, he's not even 40 yet. I think he's 40 next year though. I've also, I always heard I Bet That You Look Good on the Dance Floor, because when you're a kid that grows up in the UK, you always hear Mr. Brightside, I Bet That You Look Good on the Dance Floor, that sort of stuff. What can you do? You can't escape them anyway. This one's a controversial one. Falling in Reverse. I think I started liking Falling in Reverse when like the song Sexy Drug was popular on TikTok, and I'm sure I was like 11, so I don't know why I was listening to that. But what can you do? Billie Eilish was when she was like first popular with, I think it was Bad Guy that she was popular with, but she, like, I kept hearing news reports of her being only 17 and she's doing all this. And I'm like, whoa, she seems really cool. So I had to listen. And now I love Billie Eilish. This is like the strange, not strange ones, but like the unique ways of getting into music. Big Bang. I got into Big Bang because of Gangnam Style. And I know that's like a very strange thing, because when I was a kid, Gangnam Style was huge. Like in 2012, that was around the time that I liked Big Bang, because Gangnam Style was huge, and I had an obsession with Gangnam Style, and I still have an obsession with Gangnam Style. So it's sort of the same as what happened with Stray Kids. It's sort of like an evolution. It's like, so Gangnam Style, and then my YouTube was like, she's gonna like this, and they showed me, I think it was Fantastic Baby, and then I was like, this nice. But I never really got into it until Just Dance. Just Dance is what got me into Big Bang, because I would dance to Big Bang on Just Dance. Now, G-Dragon one. So G-Dragon, member of Big Bang. This guy right here. You know, I said about K-pop not taking over my life. Why is he there then? Why is he there? I don't know. Why do I keep throwing up my hands? But yeah. So basically, I saw a video of a stage performance in 2009 of Breathe. I didn't watch this in 2009. I can't remember when it was, but I saw a performance of Breathe that was from 2009. And I think people who know G-Dragon know that performance. But I don't know why, but like, it was a good song, and I don't think I understood the connotations yet. The very obvious connotations, to be fair, of that song. And it's kind of embarrassing, but also kind of funny to laugh at myself, my younger self. Yeah, that performance is what got me into G-Dragon. And then my first actual song other than Breathe was Crayon. But I love the new album. I'm not going to pronounce it because I've been pronouncing it wrong. On to the two kind of unique ones. Melanie Martinez. I got into her music. Picture this. Younger me. Probably about, nearly 10 years younger. Just watching a little Roblox video. But this is a Roblox music video. This is someone in their house in Adopt Me. No, not Adopt Me. What is it called? Something at Paradise. I've forgotten it. Oh my god. You know, when the... Oh, Christ. I've forgotten the name. I've forgotten the name of the game. But it's like... It was that game where you would be a baby, and the baby was literally just like a circle and another circle. Or like, you could be a dog, and the dog was just a square with tube legs and a circle. That one. Something Paradise, I'm sure. But anyway. It was someone in one of those houses, and they were just walking around, and it was Tag You're It that was playing, but they were being stalked. They were being stalked by someone outside. That's sort of what played into the Tag You're It, I guess. And I was like, I like this, so I listened to it. And then Crybaby was my second song that I heard, and Crybaby I saw didn't actually hear Crybaby first. I actually heard it through watching Daz, and I'd never seen Daz watches, you know, Daz games. Daz. Basically, Daz was reacting to Crybaby, and that is then kicked off extra as to why I liked Melanie Martinez. She's on here somewhere. There she is. Did I mention Ashnika? Yeah, Ashnika is there too. Don't worry about that. I wouldn't worry about that. That's because they've got a bromance going on. Yeah. They always have a bromance, even though they like aren't in the race. They're not happy with each other. But off track, I like to believe that they are great friends. Okay. Now, the strangest one, or like the most abnormal way to get into a certain band, in my opinion. So, Panic at the Disco. Now, this is quite a unique way that I got into Panic at the Disco. Roughly around 2006. I didn't exist yet. Well, I did, technically. No, I didn't exist yet. I wasn't sentient yet. I was in the womb. In the womb. And Panic at the Disco were kicking off in 2006. Everyone had Panic at the Disco fever in 2006, including my mother. And apparently me, because apparently I grew ears and heard it. She would listen to I Write Sins Not Tragedies over and over again while she was pregnant, while I was in her stomach. She would listen to it over and over again. And I guess that followed in throughout my whole life. And I just love Panic at the Disco. Like 18 years later, I love Panic at the Disco. Technically 19 years later, because I was a fetus. Yeah. But that's all my list. Ooh. That's the essay plan. That's what I wrote on the back of. Oh dear. Thanks for watching. I know that was kind of boring, but I'm sure I'm going to add like brain rot noise so you guys can keep your focus